Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Yolanda Hayes. I am a local real estate broker in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So today's video is going to be a little different from my normal content. I want to start doing more videos that are centralized to the Winston-Salem area. So today I wanted to do the best things that I have learned since living in Winston-Salem. So before you relocate here, I want to go ahead and let you guys know what I love about Winston-Salem. There are a few things that I thought was odd or different when I moved here, but I want to share them before anyone relocates here. So if you're thinking about relocating from another state, make sure you watch this video first. Okay, so I relocated to North Carolina in general in 2003. So I left Ohio and I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina in 2003. I have to say that it was pretty much the best thing that I ever did was moving to the Charlotte area. I purchased my first home within a year of being there, and I loved Charlotte, and I still today love Charlotte. I got into real estate, and the particular real estate firm that I was working with ended up opening an office in Winston-Salem, and at the time I was dating a guy in Winston-Salem. So I was actually traveling from Charlotte to Winston-Salem, or he was, traveling from Winston-Salem to Charlotte on the weekends, and sometimes during the week we would see each other. But once we opened a firm in Winston-Salem, the broker was like, why don't you just move up there? And I'm like, oh, I really don't want to leave Charlotte, because I always felt like Winston-Salem was a little more country than what I'm used to. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, so that's more city, and then Charlotte is really city. And in my mind, I just really felt like Winston-Salem was more rural. And that's what it was, in my opinion. When I first started coming up here in Winston-Salem, y'all, the traffic was like nothing. I used to come up here, I think I started coming up, I met and we are married now. This is my husband that I'm talking about, the guy that I was dating, but we're married now. We met in 2011. So I left Charlotte in 2012 and moved up here. And I would just be like, where's all the people? Like, there's no traffic, because I was so used to traffic, city traffic. 4:30, between 4:30 and 6:30, it was a wrap in Charlotte. Like, trying to get anywhere, you were sitting on the highway. But that's what I was used to. So I was like thinking like, where's all the people? I could leave the house at 5 in the afternoon and there was no traffic at all. I would see 2 or 3 cars, and it's kind of like I was complaining about it. But trust and believe, y'all, I got used to it. I am spoiled now, okay? I am very, very spoiled. So right here, my top one thing that I am enjoying in Winston-Salem is less traffic. Now, since 2012, the population has definitely grown a lot larger. There's a lot of major corporations coming to the to the Winston-Salem area, where they are bringing their actual facilities, like Procter & Gamble, coming from Ohio, and they are here now. So it's bringing a lot of business here, it's bringing a lot of jobs here, and it's increasing the population when more and more companies are moving here. But also it's bringing more population to Winston-Salem because the cost of living here. So I'm gonna talk about that in another part of this conversation, but the population has definitely grown. Also, I want to mention that with the less amount of traffic, literally you can get anywhere in Winston-Salem within 20 to 25 minutes. Whatever part of Winston-Salem you're in, you can get to within 20 to 25 minutes, and I really love that. So now when I go and visit, my family that has since moved to North Carolina, I now have family in Raleigh, North Carolina, as well as Charlotte, North Carolina. When I visit them, I'm kind of annoyed now. It's like I got spoiled with the Winston-Salem traffic. I got very spoiled, and I, you know, end up having road rage and an attitude when I am on the roads when I go down to Charlotte. So keep that in mind. That's a positive thing, that this particular city is not overpopulated. It is growing, but it is not overpopulated. So definitely keep that in mind if you're thinking about relocating to this area. Another thing that I'm loving about just North Carolina in general, but a lot more so in Winston-Salem, is their comfort food, barbecue, and just comfort food. Now, I have to say that my health was affected by this, so you do have to eat these comfort foods in moderation. In moderation, because now I'm pre-diabetic. Today I am pre-diabetic, but I have been trying to, you know, work things down. My A1C levels are down, but the comfort food here is amazing. There's several restaurants I really enjoy going to. I'm going to do a separate video, so if you are not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I am going to be going to different restaurants in Winston-Salem and giving my reviews and my opinions about their food, because we have some amazing restaurants here, whether it's a high-end restaurant, a family-owned restaurant, something that's not a chain. I personally would, you know, I would personally like to go to places that are not chains. I like the mom and pop restaurants or single owner, like it's only one of them here. I don't really like the chain food restaurants. So when I talk about comfort food and talking about barbecue, the barbecue, especially in Lexington, North Carolina, is kind of known, or supposedly known, as the like #1 city of the best barbecue nationwide. So yeah, I love barbecue. I can't eat as much just for health reasons, but it is amazing. And we have some amazing, like the sides that even goes with the barbecue, the mac and cheese, the cornbread, the sweet potatoes, the collard greens. I mean, y'all, we have some good food here. So if you are someone that's a foodie, I am a foodie when it comes to comfort food, but I'm also a foodie for brunch. So it doesn't matter whether you're in Charlotte, Raleigh, or Winston-Salem. We have a lot of brunch restaurants as well. I mean, pretty much every weekend, whether it's a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, I am definitely looking for brunch. So the third thing that I absolutely love about Winston-Salem area is the cost of living. So I have some notes here that out of all of the cities that are around here, the Raleigh-Durham area, yes, that's pretty high, y'all. That is I think the highest. I think Raleigh is the highest cost of living city in North Carolina. And then Charlotte is very expensive to live in as well. Thank God I did purchase a home when I did in 2004. My second year in North Carolina, I purchased a home, and I still have that home today. So it has gone up in value. But as far as the cost of living, Winston-Salem is definitely affordable. So we have more and more people from California, from New Jersey, New York, that are relocating to this area, because you can get a 3-4-bedroom home for, you know, $400,000 when you cannot get that in California and New York. So it is really good, you know, to live here. So I have some notes here. Just the average sold price. So I just recently sent out a newsletter to my customers that the average sold price at the top of 2023, okay, so January of 2023, the average sold price is around $290,000. Now keep in mind that those are more newer homes. We have several home builders, like D.R. Horton is a home builder here, True Homes is a home builder here, that are actually bringing new construction homes under $300,000 right now. But keep in mind, you are getting the basic. You get a lot with the house, but as far as the exterior, they are 4-sides vinyl. So if you're someone that's looking for a brick home, whether it's 3-side brick or 4-sides brick, you are going to be looking around that $600,000 and higher price point. But again, there are so many other states that are around the US where, you know, something like Washington, D.C. or anything, not Washington, D.C., I'm sorry, Washington State, Seattle, Tacoma, all of those, you looking at what we have here, this, like my own home, it would probably be $3 million up there. So you definitely want to, you know, when you're thinking about relocating, you can get a lot of bang for your buck here. So if you're coming from the West Coast or coming from upper north, they are very excited when they come here. When they see the land that they can get and they can receive the size home, they're not sharing a home with several different people. They are ecstatic when people, you know, relocate here. So the cost of living is very, very good here. So what I'm saying is, if you are relocating from the West Coast or upper, like New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and all of those areas, and you're really thinking about, you know, where I am is getting very pricey, I need to relocate, definitely consider Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Another thing that I have loved about living in the Winston-Salem area is that it is the middle point of the area if you're trying to get to Raleigh or to Charlotte. So again, I mentioned earlier that I have family in the Raleigh area and I have family in Charlotte. And the fact that I can get to either one of them within an hour and a half is amazing. I really love that this is the middle point. Now for me, I don't have any children, so I like to kind of hang out. And one thing about Winston-Salem, I will say, it could be a good thing or it could be a negative thing depending on who you are, but I am not a beer drinker, okay? So I'm more of a wine drinker, and I'm not a wine drinker on a daily basis. I'm just not that type of person. I don't crave alcohol. So, but if you are someone who drinks and like to hang out, downtown Winston-Salem may be great for you. I personally, and maybe I haven't been out enough, I haven't found a lot of places for myself where I enjoy hanging out here in Winston-Salem. The food is great, but as far as a nightlife, I personally do not or have not found. And if you're here, if you're someone watching this video and you live here in Winston-Salem, please let me know if I have just overlooked some places. But for me, I enjoy jazz music. I like to hear live jazz. I like to hear poetry. I like coffee shops. Now there are a lot of coffee shops, but I like coffee shops along with the jazz or along with the poetry. And I'm not seeing that here. However, if you're someone that likes to drink and hang out, bar hop, I feel like there's a lot of places that serve beer. There's a lot of bars. There's a lot of pubs in downtown Winston-Salem, and people love going down there, especially during the summer. Me, on the other hand, I travel to either Raleigh for their nightlife or Charlotte for their nightlife. And that's what I love, the fact that I'm in the middle point of it. And y'all, that hour and 15 minutes, whatever, goes by so fast. Just throw on some music. So you're living in Winston-Salem where you're not dealing with the fast pace and, you know, all the traffic, but you have easy access to get to other cities and come right back. Or for me, I spend the night. I may even go for the entire weekend, and that's only because I have family that I can stay with, or I'll just get a hotel. 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna stay with family, but sometimes I do get a hotel if I'm there for work purposes, because sometimes I do have to go to Charlotte. I do work the Charlotte market, and I don't want to disturb my family. So with me going in and out, I don't want to disturb them. So if I'm in the city for work purposes, I will get a hotel. But if I'm there just to kick it for the weekend, I'm definitely going to stay with family. But I love the fact, again, that it is the middle centralized point to get to both cities. If you are still watching this video, please make sure you go ahead and give me a thumbs up and give me a like if you are enjoying this content. Please make sure you are on my social media. I will leave all of my information to my Instagram and my TikTok and Facebook. They will all be left down in the description box below. So again, if you are still watching this video and you are enjoying this content, please make sure you go ahead and consider subscribing. One more thing about this area. Now, remember in the beginning, I said that there wasn't a large population. It looked pretty country, pretty rural. One thing that I will say is as this city is growing, everything is kind of centralized in Winston-Salem, but on the outskirts. So if you are someone that's looking for land, so my husband and I, we currently live on the outskirts. We lived in Winston-Salem for several years. He was born and raised in Winston-Salem, but now we live on the outskirts. I literally live right within 8 minutes of the border from Davidson County and Forsyth County. So I am a hop, skip, and a jump from Winston-Salem. So we currently live in Davidson County. And what I love about this and why we came out to this area is because of the large lots. In Winston-Salem, because so many housing communities are coming in and so many new homes are being built because our population is going up, new homes are being built everywhere. Therefore, all of the greenery, as far as all the lots are being torn down, all of the trees are getting torn down, and the houses are literally being built. I mean, you are so close to your neighbor, and you know, that's just what it is. I mean, some of these communities that are being built, you are very, very close to your neighbors. We did not want that. We did not want, we started out that way. This is our third home, I think third home together, and we did not want that. We were like, you know what, we lived that life where we were very close to our neighbors, but we didn't want that anymore. So we came out a little bit further in order to, you know, get that feel of more rural, more country, more, you know, greenery, more land. So we are in a neighborhood that every single home in our neighborhood is over an acre lot. Some have 2 acres, some have 1.25 acres, some have 1.5 acres, but everyone has at least 1 acre or more of lots, and you are very far away from your neighbors. So yeah, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. So depending on if you're someone who wants to be kind of cluttered in, it's just based on a preference, and it's really based on your price point, because when you do come out to these areas, you usually have to go with a custom built home. We are having more and more communities coming up, but you typically have to go through a custom builder. That means you pick out your lot of land and then you hire a actual custom builder with a blueprint floor plan, and they build the house for you. And that's what's happening out here. But as time has been going on, we're seeing more and more builders migrate over to the more rural areas. They are tearing down the trees now and starting to, you know, do the same thing that they were doing in Winston-Salem. However, over here, the homes are so much bigger and you get a larger lot over here in Davidson County. So that's something that I absolutely love. Also, Davidson County has much lower house property taxes. So keep that in mind as well. Your property taxes are considered to be a lot higher in the Forsyth County area. So that's another reason why we decided and made the decision to come to Davidson County for the lower taxes. There was just one other thing that I wanted to mention, and this may be good or bad depending on where you are coming from. So this is just random, just something that I thought about off the top of my head. Relocating to Winston-Salem was different for me because I was not aware that your car was considered I guess considered property, but it's property, but they tax you on it. And that is something that I was not aware of when I moved to North Carolina in general. It doesn't matter if it's Winston-Salem or Charlotte or wherever. In this particular state, you have to pay taxes on your car. Once you register your car here, you have to pay taxes on it. And please do not try to get over on not registering your car, because after so long, I believe the law, if it's not 30 days, it may be 60 days or something to that nature. But you definitely have to register your car within a certain amount of time. And once you do that, you do pay taxes, property taxes on your actual car. And then on top of that, you have to also get an annual I guess car checkup, or it's called an admissions check or something to that nature. So that's even more money that you have to pay out. So you have to get your sticker renewed, and you're not going to get your sticker until all of this stuff is done. You have to pay the taxes and get your testing done on your car every year. And then that is turned into the DMV, and yeah, that's the only way you're getting your ticket, your registration updated. And I did not know that. From Cincinnati, Ohio, we did not have to do that. So if you are relocating from an area that does not require that, then yeah, that was something that was very, very different for me. I would not leave North Carolina. I love it here. I do. I really do love it here. So I just wanted to give you guys a few things that you need to know about North Carolina and Winston-Salem if you were thinking about coming to this area. I just wanted to go ahead and do a video on what to expect when you relocate here. There's a lot more, so I have a lot more coming. So I'm gonna have several videos. I've written out so many things that I want to talk about specifically to Winston-Salem. So make sure, if you are thinking about moving here, go ahead, sign up on my website if you want to start getting my monthly newsletter, and also make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I have so many more videos coming to you about this area. If you have any questions, make sure you give me a call. Again, my name is Yolanda. I am with Berkshire Hathaway. And if you have any questions, leave them down below, or make sure you go ahead and call me or email me directly. I have so many people contacting me, and it is okay. Please do not be scared to reach out. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.